filming another video. Hey guys, it's Abby. So today's video is going to be how I edit my Instagram pictures, how I edit my photos, how to edit photos for beginners because I used to be very bad at editing photos. It was a thing. It was not good. Before we get into the video, really quickly leave some video suggestions down below because I'm struggling on coming up with ideas to film. So not gonna lie, my Instagram has been looking good. I've been really into editing this summer. If you want to follow my Instagram, it's AbbyArmstrong24. Go follow it if you want to go check it out or whatever. Basically, let's just get into the video. I'm gonna show you the best apps to use, how to edit, what not to do. So I'm gonna do a little screen recording. I have my editing folder on my phone right now, and my top two editing apps are Prequel and Tezza, especially Tezza. I talk about this app all the time, not gonna lie. But basically, I'm gonna take a picture of this wall right now. Let me just take a picture. Okay, that's good. That's good enough. So if you want your Instagram to look better, I'm not telling you how to like Photoshop or anything. I'm just talking about good filters to make your photos pop more, make your Instagram look good. We're just gonna hop into the app Tezza. Select the picture, and I'm gonna tell you the best filters to use and where to use them. Most of these filters aren't free. I don't pay for them because why not? But they do have some pretty good free filters. So the free filters are Fresh, which is this one right now, Vintage, my personal favorite, Mood 3, Inspire, I think that's what it's called, Inspire, and Lush. So I'm going to tell you which ones to use, which ones are the best for which picture you want. Fresh I don't really use. You can really use this in any lighting. It's just basically makes your picture look a little bit brighter, brings out the white in pictures. Vintage is the one I use on every single one of my Instagram pictures. This really just saturates it up a little bit, makes the whites pop, makes the colors pop a lot more. Honestly, it makes any picture look good, I'm not gonna lie. If you want to use the Vintage filter, that one is the best with brighter colors and sunlight. I wouldn't recommend it using it for selfies just because, let me show you. So I took my selfie. It does make my face look a little bit weird, so I would not recommend that one for selfie. See, I mean, I do have a little bit of blush on. It makes it look a little bit better. It just makes your face kind of look weird. I would not really recommend Vintage for selfies. For selfies, I would recommend the filter Lush. Lush is just to make it look a little bit brighter. You can also turn down how much you want. So it's like, if you hardly want any, you can do like 20 or something. If you want the full effect, you can do 50. But yes, for selfies, I would recommend Lush. And then for other pictures like indoor, for other pictures in sunlight or with lots of bright colors like my picture wall, I would highly recommend Vintage. If you do want more of a gloomy effect, I would do Mood 3. Not really gloomy, just to like tone it down a little bit. If you don't want bright colors, I would do Mood 3. Inspire is like also really good. If you don't want a lot of color, it tones down the colors a little bit. So highly recommend Mood and Inspire for just not as bright. But I definitely like Vintage. Vintage is kind of my thing. Then here's another picture. This is what it looks like before without any filters on. This is what it looks like Fresh, Vintage. I love Vintage. Mood 3, Inspire, and Lush. It's amazing. And obviously, there are ones that you pay for. You can check them out. You just can't like screenshot them or anything. They do have some good ones, so if you do want to actually spend the money on that, I'm pretty sure there's like a 14-day trial. I'm not really sure. Now, if you want to get really technical, you can go into the actual camera roll app. I just do a little bit more editing. Not too much because it is already looking pretty good. Sometimes I like to change the exposure if I want to bring it up a little bit, bring it down, make it a little bit brighter. So you can just change them up and down, make sure they look a little bit better. It really depends on your picture, honestly. Most of my pictures, I don't have to do anything because the filter already looks good enough. I'm just going to show you a couple of photos that I took with the Vintage filter. This one, I don't have the before just because I deleted those. We have my 4th of July pictures. Now going into the app Prequel. I use this a lot for my thumbnails around April or something. That's when I discovered this app. before I discovered the app Tessa and get my same picture. This one definitely has a lot more free options, not gonna lie. You can also add effects also. So there's trends, effects, filters, music, adjust, and start effect. I don't really use those. I just use the filter. They literally have so many filters. This gives me like TikTok vibes, honestly. Miami effect. They come out with like new filters weekly. I'm pretty sure. There's a whole bunch of different ones. Like morning's really nice. I used to use this a lot for my thumbnails. It really depends on what mood you're going for. Cuba is also really good. I like Africa as well. And then you can also make like this, so it looks like you have like LED lights and stuff. Ooh, Florence is good too. So I highly recommend that app as well. Obviously there can be other apps. I recommend Visco as well. I used to edit a lot. On there. You just kind of have to play around. For Visco, I like the filter C1. I also like E3. Also C6 is really good. I don't pay any money for editing apps, so this is all completely free. Is that it? I feel like this video was hopefully helpful. I don't use a camera or anything to even take my pictures. I just use my phone. I mean, I do have the latest phone, but still. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Hopefully you found this helpful. Make sure to comment down below because I respond to every single comment and I love reading your guys' comments and leave video suggestions down below.